Going, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Ivan and I trade the Nasdaq, and I make over 6 figures a month day trading the Nasdaq. Today we're going to be talking about the FIB, how I used it, and how it applies with my model, and I'm going to be going over the daily recap today from the 28th of October. We made a lot of money, and a lot of people in my Discord today made a lot of money. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to just, I can realistically just close out my chart here, but I'm just going to delete my fibs that I do have here. And I'm just going to go to 6 o'clock yesterday. So from 6 o'clock yesterday, you can see that we had this high that was put in. We simply took out the Monday high that it made at 455, and then we started selling off. I wasn't trading this, so that's why I can't really, I can't tell you what you should have done. I wasn't really trading it, but yeah. Anyways, I wake up today at 8 o'clock, right? True day open happens to line up with one of our levels here. True day open is down here. I really wanted it to get hit. I did. My first trade was shorts, and my initial entry was up here. And I was planning to take it down here. After we came down and we took out this low, I wanted to add, and I wanted to enter here. And that's why I also did signal to short right there. And it did reject on the first candle when it hit, but it did fly up. But the good thing is that I only had a 10-point stop on that trade, so it only stopped you out for 40 ticks. Yeah, after that happened, you can see that we were pushing up to take out this high that we made at 6 o'clock. After we took out that high, guess what I'm doing? I'm not salty that I lost. I lost 40 ticks. That's nothing. It's 10 points, guys. Relax. I'm taking this low up to this high, and I get 0.618. You guys know me. 0.618 is where I enter. Longs is right there. Remember, you can have a 50 tick stop, right? I usually have a 50 tick stop. This specific trade, I just had a 40 tick stop. Don't ask me why. I just had a 40 tick stop. Okay, it didn't make that much big of a difference in this moment, and it wouldn't have. 50 tick stop, I have my stop loss here at the bottom, and the first take profit, and the way that you know if my model wins, because this is my model, A+, right? We take out liquidity. This is a fake sweep. We have our leg. We have a pullback to OTE. For those of you not knowing my model, number one, you need the fake sweep. Number two, you need the pullback to OTE slash, OTE is classified as 0.5 slash 0.618. And number three, you need to take it to the next internal high or internal low. All right. So knowing this, right, you can see that we get that here because we end up taking out that high, pulling back, and ripping. And it was great. We ripped up to -1, right? Again, -1 is from this range. It's from this low to this high, right? -1 is right there. -2, right above that, 093. What does -2 do? -2 is actually the high of the day to an extent before we ended up ripping later on. So this is where we took shorts. Not actually. I didn't enter here. I took shorts right there. And the reason I took it there is because we came down, we made a range, we made a high, we made a low. I found 0.705. My entry was there, and 50 tick stop. You guys know me. I took it down to the next internal low, and that was fine for me, and I was happy with that. And that was my second trade of the day. Now, my third and final trade of the day was longs, right? Where did I take longs? I took longs here on the right side of the screen. You guys can see on ES. Why did I take these? Simple. We pulled back into a level that I had on ES. I missed the first initial entry, and I was bullish afterwards, and so we took longs. And price ended up ripping. On NQ price, it was still right here. and you guys can see how much lower ES actually was. Now, something crazy happened. After I entered, there was this wild ass move. I have no clue what this is. This happened at 12:30. Price just absolutely ripped up. This was a fucking 60-point wick, and yeah, I don't know what happened here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but yeah, we ended up pulling back. I ended up hitting my take profit here on ES, and yeah, that was the trade for the day. Anyways, boys, now we're gonna go over into my Discord, and I'm just gonna go over the profits and show you guys how people did. This is from today. M4 is my admin, M4 is my mod, and we are actually starting a new routine in the Discord. I'm going to make a big announcement for you guys where there will now be 3 to 5 classes a week hosted by M4 and Chill Monkey. Both of you guys, all of you guys know that are watching in the Discord server who both of those guys are, because you guys tune into their calls. They will be hosting calls for you guys 3 to 5 times a week. And what these guys do, they watch my content, they digest it, they know their shit, and they make money trading it. And they just simplify it better. They make everything more efficient for me because I'm always stuck in one-on-one calls as much as I would love to, you know, sit an hour every single day and talk to you guys more than I already do. I can't because I got one-on-ones, but that's why I got them. And yeah, we can keep going. And just check this out. We have $54,000 in a day across 2 accounts, $27,000 in the Discord. That's insane. This right here is the trade. And then we have the short community trades. We still got people sending. You guys can feel free. You're more than welcome to join and see. There's, 202 of you that aren't, a part of us yet that are online right now. And of course, it's not showing you everybody that's offline. There's also like 200 of you that are in here. But yeah, these are the community trades. These are all the trades from today. And yeah, it was just a really good day. Now, I do want to teach you guys something. Oh, this was the trade that I took right here. This was my short off of open, off of 0.705. And these were the longs right here. That was off of my model here from 0.618 of the range. Absolutely beautiful. So coming back into the chart, I'm going to drop you guys some fib sauce because, I like to do that every single video. And I'm just going to talk about how I draw my fibs. A lot of people ask me, Ivan, how do you draw your fibs? This, that, and third. I'm going to show you today. Okay? Really simple. I'm going to come down here, right? This is all I want to see, right? This is perfect. Ivan, what am I looking at? You're looking at a low being swept and a high being taken right here. You're seeing a low get swept and a high get taken, okay? What does this mean? Well, now I'm going to take a fib here. The left side, and this is the side that's dividing everything, guys. This is it. Everything on the left here is manipulation. Everything on the right here is OTE, right? The left side here, I'm drawing from the bottom of this wick that I have. Where even is it? I can't see anymore. I'm drawing it from the bottom of this wick all the way up to here. Right now, to be more precise, I'm not drawing it up to, I'm not drawing it up to the wick high. I'm drawing it up to the body open of this red candle. All right? Not drawing it to that wick. I'm drawing it to this body high. It's the body, okay? Manipulation wick. So the side that takes the low, the side that sweeps liquidity, right? I'm taking that wick and the body. This is now going to give me my extensions, and this is going to show me where price is going to go. Here you can see it gave me -2, -2.25, and these are all of my settings. This is essentially everything it gives me. All right, feel free to pause and take a look. Now, -4 here is sitting at 124. So let's take a look at where that is. 124.75. We drag it out, and 124.75 ends up being the high of London, as you guys can see right there. So that's a manipulation leg. Now, Ivan, we see it manipulated, we see it broke, but how can we actually, enter this trade? Well, over here we're going to take that same low, but instead of taking it from the wick to the body, we're going to take it from the wick to the wick. And this, remember the line that I drew here, dividing it, manipulation, OTE. This is where price now pulls back to 0.618 and 0.705, where we like to take our entries. And you are able to take an entry with a 50 tick stop. Well, ooh, that one's close. But, you could take an entry here with a 50 tick stop and let it run. You could take it to -1. -1 gets taken. You can hold it all the way up to -4. But Ivan, I took it off of 0.618 and I got stopped. You thought I was going to run from that, didn't you? Here's what you would do. You are expecting a very big move. Why? Because I'm going to put on the ICT kill zones indicator, and I'm going to go back into replay, and you're going to see that this is New York PM session. Because this is the start of New York PM session, you're going to expect New York PM to expand. And when you expect it to expand, you're going to expect it to run 100, 200, maybe even 300 points, which it does do. Now, you're not going to risk 12.5 points here. You have to use common sense, right? There's more volatility. So instead of risking, let's say, 1 mini on 12.5 points, which would be $250, you could risk 5 micros on, 20 points, or 5 micros on 25 points, right? You can lower your contract size, keep your dollar risk the same, and have a little bit of a bigger stop loss because it's a little bit more volatile. But guess what? Even in that case, let's say we had a 25 point stop and we wanted to hold it all the way up to -4. That is still an 11R trade. It does not matter. It is still a win. And that is how I draw my fibs. This is how I draw my manipulation, and this is how I draw my OTE leg. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. If you guys want to join my Discord server, the link for that is in the description. And if you guys also want to just join it, you can go over to Discord, click add a server, go into join server, type in Ivan Trades, and then you're going to be in my server. But other than that, thank you boys for watching, and I will see you boys in the next one. Peace out.